Awesome with CDC Take Charge software, and this video today will be discussing how to use the UE styled pop-up menu in Alpha software in a more creative and useful way. Here on our clock calendar we have a menu button. When you click it, it displays a pop-up styled menu. Now everyone's familiar with the fact that you can take and hard code the layers to your menu. But what they don't demonstrate in the help is how to take and do that using code. As an example, what we've got here is if you come down here, you see Start Menu Programs. Well, when you highlight it, there's my Start menu in Windows. From here, I can come down, oops, let me get back over there, and I can go to Games, go to Pinball, one of my favorite games, and bingo, there it is. Well, we're not actually going to play the game, but pretty cool. Um, Also, what we've got is the ability to take and do bookmarks. So now our little desktop gadget not only controls our desktop, but it gives us instant access to everything that's on the web. So if I come down here, take charge site, it goes out, brings up my preferred browser, which is Firefox, and here you go. I have my web homepage running. Let's take a look and see how all this is done. We're going to come down here. As I said, we're all familiar with the fact that a UE-styled menu can be hard-coded by setting the values for all your menu. But if you're creating an application like this and you're sending it out to customers, you don't know what's on their machine. And they themselves may not have the skill necessary to set it up. So what we want to be able to do is create a table that with the single click of a button as part of the setup process, it will automatically build a table of all their applications, all their shortcuts to their documents and spreadsheets, their web pages, anything that they want to be able to track will be able to be tracked through our little menu system. The way we do that is here. We created a table called application list, and now I've wrapped this code by breaking each segment into quotes and then following it by a backslash. Um, that way it'll be easier for you to see. It'll still run like this, but typically I don't do that. I just have it run all the way across, but it's easier to read. So what we're using is we set our variable to blank, and then we take and set it to table external records content get application list. Now we have to build our string. In our menu, if you notice, we have uh, levels, and each level is separated by a pipe. So we have to include that pipe in our list of return values for our external record content get. Now, because these are being used, they have to be wrapped in a hyphen. And you'll see that as you go through, it does that. So we're able to take and put in the text we want. We're able to call the icon we want. And then we do a plus to put in the actual field value, which is menu name. Then we come back out, we do the same thing, and we put in a new icon, and we take and do a alt trim on the button group name, which allows the menu to display as level 2, then a pipe. Then here we're actually passing the icon name from our table. So when they run the setup, it will take and create the various icons that we want to use in our menu system by name. Then all we do is call that name over here. You do have to wrap it in an alt trim for it to work correctly. Um, and we put in the last level of our group, um, which is finally our file name. And then we want to make sure that we filter out anything that is blank. There you have it. Here's the table that it actually pulls from. So as you can see, we have an ID value. Typically, anytime I'm building the ability to take in search and query, I like to have a numeric value to search on as well as a text value. It's not necessary and it's somewhat redundant, but I like that because it gives me options when I'm trying to build queries and uh, searches and um, well, whatever. Anyway, here we have the menu name. Quick Launch is uh, a section of the application that will allow them to set up the applications they want to have the most immediate access to. The button groups, here is the icon name. And as you can see, we can do it with the dollar signs. We can use the add-in icons. You can create your own icons and put them on the control panel in the code page if you want, and then point to those or pull the names out of them. Um, Here is the file names, and then here's the file location. We also have start in location so that if you're pointing to a program that has a command line parameter, that is also read and launches correctly. Down here, when we get to the start menu programs, let's page down, we are actually breaking it down by folder using a command statement that does a file recurse. Um, so we pull the last folder value and we make that our button group. Then we set the value for our um, icons, the file name, and then the path, and again, finally, the start in for each one individually. Um, Down here under our web applications, our web bookmarks, there you go. We named the group web bookmark. We have our name, which is the name that the user would assign for their bookmark when they save a bookmark. We insert a icon. Um, we take and oh, actually, I said that wrong. I apologize. The bookmark group is where they want to group them. So under entertainment, under the future is now, email accounts, whatever they want to do. Um, then you have the file name and the file location. Now, one of the things that I don't have in here, which I have in the original application, is a memo field where you can store your passwords and your login information. I will be adding that to the site to make it easy for the user to find login and password information if they ever lose it. And obviously we know that happens. Okay, so that's pretty much what our lesson is about. If you want to follow along and see the details of writing all that code and how we will include that in our design document for our desktop object, go to our blog at cdctakecharge.wordpress.com and follow along. Once again, let's look at our menu, Take Charge Desktop, and let's go to Quick Launch. We have games over here, free cell, little lightning bolt to launch it. There it is. So as you can see, it works at every single level. Thanks a lot, folks, and have a great day.